Welcome to Helsinki, Finland, and this is my reaction as why I like Helsinki and maybe a couple of reasons why I don't. But we're in the Esplanade Park, which is a park in the center of town, and what I like about this park is there's all these like fairy lights and stuff like this around, and it's just like it really illuminates the night when it's so dark here so early that it's such a nice Christmassy vibe. Like, look down there and look at all the lights and how pretty it is. And also there's obviously a really interesting story behind this park, that there used to be like a farmer that would collect his milk and come and sell it, and that's kind of how this park originated. Like, some guy coming to sell his milk, and a little church was set up, and then it was burnt down in fire, completely rebuilt, statues put. But interesting history, plus all these beautiful lights. Have a go at it.
It's also been completely renovated in the 1990s, so not that long ago, I'd say. And also you can see like how well taken care of it is. Like, all the lawns are green and nice, and it's clean and
Sputzenses.
Millions of benches.
I love all these lights and stuff. It's very kind of Christmassy vibe, but not so much Christmassy. It's like this all the time because it's cold and dark in Finland. But let's check out the other reasons. There's a lot of unusual buildings in Helsinki, and that's another thing I really like. So Parliament building over there is like from Athens, and then you've got some unusual ones around. Like, check out this one. This building over here is where we had the fireworks the other night. So 2020 New Year's Eve, right? The stage was about there, so a lot of cool. So that's kind of attributed to the functionalist buildings, and also like the abstract art. Look at that. It's 12:30 in Finland at the moment, and that means the sun's just chilling right at the highest point in the sky basically. But we're just walking around the bay, and there was a little frozen pond back there. But what we're really noticing is like Finland is like such a clean city. Like, this is where the fireworks area was the other day, and this area was packed, and there is like no rubbish. It's so clean in Finland. So
when we left that night, there were bottles, and there were like little rockets and garbage and stuff everywhere. And like, I'm from Germany.
I didn't even notice that many.
There was stuff, but it's all cleaned. Like, people have done their job.
It's gone.
And in Germany, it would look so different. Like, this is an open big space, so everybody would come here and shoot rockets and stuff. And underground, like, it would be red, it would be dirty, and it would be mucky, and it would be there for like a while.
The trams really go for everywhere in Helsinki, so you often see like tram tracks everywhere, and I love those kind of trams going past. It gives like the city like a cozy sort of vibe, especially the trams are really cute and everything going along. Great form of transportation. You like the trams, Guido?
Yeah, I think they just look really cute, and they kind of remind me of Melbourne as well. I like them, especially if they're like the green and yellow ones, because they have a couple that are like fully covered in commercials, so they're like all red or all purple.
Yeah,
it's not that nice, but most of them.
There's really great tram coverage here, though, don't you think?
Yeah, but I think they don't have underground trains, so if you think about that, it's pretty good that they have that.
Yeah.
I also was thinking, to be honest, though, that there are no cars driving here, so I was going to say that. Yeah, I like it that there are only trams and no cars, but
no, they're sort of like delivery vans, but whatever.
Yeah, I like it. It makes it like a cute inner city downtown.
Another thing I really like about Helsinki is all the cobblestone roads. So you can really see everywhere in Helsinki. Like, I think it's out of any city I've been to in Europe, this Helsinki has like the highest proportion of cobblestone roads everywhere. So even the crossings are cobblestone.
It just really feels like it's hell old and it's never been dug up.
Yeah.
That's so weird, yeah.
And the tram tracks go through the cobblestone. They don't interrupt it and have a tar road. But right now we're in Senate Square, and this is the cathedral and a big statue to Alexander II. Really like my cobblestone. We don't really have that in Australia. We're here at the Harbour of Helsinki at the moment, and as you can see, it looks so beautiful out there. I feel like if there's one way to describe like how cold feels, like this looks cold. Do you not think? Like, look at those trees in the distance over there. Very pretty and cold. and the air is like very clean and feels very nice. Cold air, I don't know, it feels fresh, but the harbour water is fresh as well, and we had our swim over there, and cannot recommend. Well, I can recommend. Interesting, mixed review. Do you not think either?
I love the harbour. I love the harbour in general, but here it's nice. I like the cold, crisp air. I like looking at the birds. I like how it's just so calm, and you can just look into the distance. Water is always nice.
Yes.
Every city that's at the water is always a little bit nicer.
Very, very clean harbour. I like that. One of my favourite things, if not my favourite, was Suomenlinna. So Suomenlinna it was built by the Swedish king. So it's a Swedish military base. It's behind this island, and it's now a Finnish military base. It's still used. I saw some like cadets running around in the cold air, but it was a very nice sort of historical little island. We had a little day trip out there on the ferry, and it was a lot of fun exploring it, and so historical and very cold, and kind of what you imagine if you think of like cold Finland, because like we're sitting there and freezing, and like we walked up a hill and the wind chill factor it just got us, and we're like, wow, that's freezing. And obviously it's like, since it's an island out there, it's looking over the beautiful harbours of Helsinki, Finland. So very beautiful. One of my favorites, if not my favorite. So the point I don't like about Helsinki, Finland is the English language is everywhere, and you often notice that the English language is in the bold text. It's like, oh, you want to have a meat pie, and then a little subtitle be the Finnish word. So it's seen all over that the English language is sort of taking over. And the reason why I don't like this is it's kind of like that the Finnish culture is being sort of overrun. But I don't like to see that. I like
the sail signs.
Yeah, like the sail everywhere and things like this.
Breakfast, lunch well.
Yeah.
So there are Finnish signs as well.
There are Finnish signs as well, but really the reason I don't like this is it feels like their culture is sort of being overridden by the English culture of their language, and I like to come to these countries and try some of their words, like kiitos and all the rest of it, and like, you know, experience their culture for what it is, and you know what I'm feeling? You know what I'm feeling, Guido?
No.
So I think it's a bit sad, but
sometimes I honestly don't even notice, and then I speak to them, I'm like, oh yeah, right, we're not English speaking country, we're in Finland, or we're in Germany.
Like the menu here. Let's have a look. French fries, and then Finnish. Salad, potatoes, Finnish is like the subtitle. So you often see this.
But the main title is English.
Yeah, so English is kind of running the Finnish culture. So I don't really like that. You like that?
I mean, it makes it practical for tourists, but you kind of don't want to see that. Like, you want it to be Finnish authentic.
Come on, Finland. With that said though, I really like the Finnish language, and that's why I feel like it'd be a big shame to lose such a great language. That's pretty much everything I really like about Helsinki, Finland, and the thing I don't like. But stay tuned, heading to Sweden next, so let's see what I like about that and what the adventures I get up to. Stay tuned.